Here with another monthly installment for the zodiac sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Horizon for the month of September 2017. I'm using a tarot of the 78 doors, and I'll be pulling clarification. I'm using a Rider Waite in gold. You hear me talking like this because I'm not usually one of those ones that like to talk about health issues, okay? But if it pops up in a reading, then I will discuss it. But this is kind of like a sad little story. I don't really like it too much, okay? I don't never intend to hurt anyone's feelings at all, ever, okay? And by no means is this going to pertain to every Taurus out there. But, so please don't get upset with me, guys, okay? Y'all want me to be honest. A lot of y'all pay me to be honest, okay? My supporters, they expect me to be honest, so I have to be honest. And sometimes I'm faced to talk about some things that are disturbing for me because I want to talk about positive things. I really do. Even though I never seem to get any positive shit. I try to, but I guess they just made me one of those readers that get and deal with the most difficult situations that arise. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the cards. I have the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Star, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the World, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Strength. The overall energy is the Ten of Pentacles. So the bad news that I'm going to get it out first, okay? Some of you Tauruses out here are struggling right now with making children. There are some of you females out there that is pregnant right now. All right, and you're going to get bad news. This is not for every Taurus. Please don't take this personally. Please, please. Because, you know, if y'all piss me off with this, I swear I will never do another fucking reading. I don't like to do this. I don't like to talk about this. Okay, I don't want every Taurus out there that's pregnant to start going crazy. Most of you already know that you're having issues. Okay, so the ones that I'm talking to, they already know that they're having issues. They've had issues in the past. All right, with like gestational diabetes or it kind of reads off to me, the way I'm looking at these cards is this is a woman who is faced with a decision. She's pregnant, but if she was to move forward with having this baby, it could take her life. And she already knows about this. So for those of you Tauruses that's out there and you're having your first kid and, you know, you haven't had any issues, you haven't heard any bad news, I'm not talking to you. So please don't go and run crazy. I'm talking to somebody who has been trying to make a baby for a while and who has had issues down there, like a weak sac. The fallopian tubes don't usually develop it right, or the egg doesn't develop the baby right. They're forced with a decision. It's me or my child. I feel like this is not the first time that this has happened. And it could even be that you have children already, but this pregnancy runs at a high risk. Okay. It runs a high risk. And it may have been years before you have gotten this far. Like, you may have had a lot of miscarriages before. And then this time, you might like be like 4 months. And that might be like the farthest you were able to make it. So you've kind of like started to get excited a little bit. And you're considering moving forward with this pregnancy, even while the doctors are telling you that it's a possible high risk. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be a struggle. Because you're bringing forward a karmic baby. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. If this is you, you need to hit me up for a personal reading because there's some things I want to tell you about as far as this child that you're carrying. If you've gotten bad news from the doctor and they told you that it's a very high-risk pregnancy and you could possibly lose your life, I want you to hit me up for a personal reading. I hate to talk about health, I really do, but when someone's in trouble and I can help in any way, I will help. Okay? I will break that rule for you. But for those of you, you can't afford a reading right now and you can't reach me, I'm going to tell you to go forward with it. Don't listen to what the doctors are saying. Try not to let that invade your brain. Okay? I want you to think positive, continue to think positive, and I want you to have the courage to actually move through this pregnancy full term without worrying so much as to, I might lose my life. I don't want you to worry about that in no way, shape, or form. Okay? And you might be surprised at the outcome. All right? I'm sorry about that, but I had to get that out, guys. That's hard for me. I don't think you understand how hard that is for me. I don't like to discuss things like that, okay? I really don't. And I don't even know a reader that does discuss things like that. Okay, but the type of readings that Spirit has me do are the most challenging. Because who's going to do it? Everybody's out here talking about positivity when there's so many people going through so much. And they really need a reader that's just really real. That will put themselves on the chopping block. Just put yourself on the chopping block for once. And worry about me. What about me? I need help. And I'm the reader that does that. Okay, so this is not easy for me. All right. Now, let's move on to some of the other Tauruses. Taurus, overall, even if you're not in that baby situation, this is not a good month for you. I feel like there's bad news all around you, Taurus, for the month of September. I'm going to keep it real with you. Okay? There's bad news. There's news coming in. For some of you, it's going to be that you were cheated by someone that you care about, someone that you expected to have your back to support you. It'd be family. This look like money issues. This look like someone's trying to cheat you out of an inheritance or something. You could have recently had a death in your family, and you're owed a certain amount from that death. And then you have family members that are kind of like disregarding you, trying to take over what rightfully belongs to you. All right. Now, some of you Taurus, I think it was back in July where you were supposed to gain an inheritance. Taurus is doing really good when it comes to finances, okay? An inheritance. They're obtaining it. They're the one sign that I have seen, you know, inheritance coming forth for, you know, from. But with this particular situation, I think you need to watch your family members, watch even your parents, okay? Or if it's one of your parents that recently passed away, watch your siblings, okay? Your parents chose to, or the person that chose to leave that inheritance off to you, they kind of trust you, and they figured that you would do a good job, and you would make sure you set the record straight with everything and everybody. Okay, but you have to be careful because you have some people that kind of envy that. All right, some family members that kind of envy that. They look at you like, why should she or why should he make the decisions for the whole family? So that's a little bit of pressure on that end. Okay. For some of you other Taurus, I definitely feel that you're waiting for a partner. And this partner could be a life partner. All right. And you could, if they're not a life partner, then they're a twin. All right. It seems like you've been waiting a long time with that star being there. And it's kind of like, it's always the same thing, just over and over again. I just keep getting the same thing. And at this point, you're trying to decide, do I stick around or do I walk away? Do I continue to stick around and have hope, or do I just end this whole thing? Because, you know, your faith is wanting. You're starting to run out of patience. You're running out of trust. Everything's just up in the air because it keeps turning out the same way all the time. And it could even be that they call you on the phone and they keep telling you that they're going to be with you or whatever. And then within a couple weeks, they disappear and you don't know where they are. You know, but it keeps happening over and over and over again. Okay, so what can I tell you? I'm going to tell you to go on with your life regardless. Don't wait for the person. I think the issue here is the fact that you keep waiting. Don't wait. Just continue to live your life. They come around, they come around. They don't come around, and oh well. You know. But don't put your life on hold. Just keep moving. That is what I see for you, Taurus. I don't see any more stories going on here other than this child situation. But Taurus, you could always hit me up for a personal reading at allseeingeyetarot@gmail.com. Be sure to look in the description box below this video. Okay. And definitely like, share, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, I don't mean to offend anybody, and I don't want all of you to just be like alarmed and thinking that everybody that's pregnant is having a problem. That's not the case. This is a person I'm talking to who has had many issues in the past, so they already know the risk that the risk of this pregnancy. Okay, but that baby that you're trying to bring in is very karmic. It's a karmic situation, and you need a personal reading, so you need to hit me up. All right, allseeingeyetarot@gmail.com. I love you much, and until next time, be sure to look out for the This Could Be You videos, as well as the Divine Partnerships, and also the weeklies. All right? Thank you, Taurus.